Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 8:47 a.m. This is News and Views on Salam Media. Next, we're going to be talking with AbbdurRahman Thebe. He's going to give us a summary of the JSC's criteria for judicial appointments. So let me start with this introduction. To give you context of why we're talking with AbbdurRahman Thebe this morning. Now, we do know that the nomination of Dr. John Hlophe to be a member of the JSC, a body that oversees the selection of judges as well as the conduct, has sparked some consternation in various circles. MK, the political party that Hlophe leads in the National Assembly, had obviously nominated him. Now, on the face of it, the prospects of Hlophe, the violator of judicial ethics, being a member of the JSC are untenable. The JSC itself found Hlophe guilty of gross misconduct after he tried to sway judges of the Constitution Court in favor of Jacob Zuma in a legal dispute. So we bring you in, AbbdurRahman Thebe, to comment on that introduction and also the criteria as far as the JSC is concerned. Assalamu alaikum to you. Welcome to the program. And by way of introduction, please tell us what is your designation, please.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am AbbdurRahman Thebe, and I stand in this interview in representation of all civil movements that have raised this issue with the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Thebe. We have raised this issue because the former Dr. John Hlophe is one of the best jurists in the country. He is one of the best translators of the Constitution of this country. So we feel it is fair that we should have somebody of his caliber who can be able to stand in that Judicial Service Commission so that he can be able to stand for the people who are at the ground, the poor people. That is the reason that I'm here.
Okay, so how do you respond to the fact that obviously there are people on the JSC who believe that he has violated judicial ethics, particularly in the case where he ruled or he tried to sway judges of the Constitutional Court in favor of Zuma's legal dispute?
Dr. John Hlophe has been one of the most incredible judges within the history of the South African democracy. And this issue, it has to do with the reason that Judge Hlophe is a black man, first and foremost. Remember, here in South Africa, we have a problem with the agenda that is driven by the Zionist white supremacists, who believe that there's no black man who should be clever, intelligent, or superior to white. So that agenda that Judge Hlophe was unethical. It's an agenda that was driven by the white monopoly in cahoots with the Zionists here in South Africa. So now, because they couldn't do the things that they were doing within the judiciary, he has challenged a lot. If you can look at the judgments of John Hlophe, you go through the history of his judgments, there's a lot that you will learn from those judgments, that he was totally against the injustices that were brought by the Zionists and the white monopoly, and as much as together with the white supremacists. So he was pushed out of that position because he was disturbing their status quo. So we know that Judge Hlophe is one of the most straight in the straight path and ethical judges in our country.
Okay, so if he, all right, if he is stopped from serving on the JSC, will he also be prevented from participating in the Justice Portfolio Committees? Will he be stopped from participating and voting on parliamentary recommendations arising from JSE in investigations? Will he be stopped from questioning the integrity of the president during robust parliamentary debates simply because the president had fired him as a judge? So I wonder, what is your take on all of that? Finally, will he be stopped from interacting with parliamentary parties who supported his impeachment in 2/3 of the majority votes?
Look, the reason the Oppenheimer and Soros-funded NGOs that are claiming to be the custodians of this democracy went ahead with the issue of going to make an application with the Speaker of Parliament so that he must be stopped from being appointed. It is simply because they know that even within the law, Judge Hlophe, Dr. Judge Hlophe, he is allowed, he is supposed to be allowed to participate in all those portfolios you just made. But as I've mentioned earlier, their main fear is that he is going to expose them because they know that he knows the law, he has learned the law, he is a doctor, and not an honorary doctor, but a doctor in law. So,
okay, so
we
given... Carry on.
Yeah, we are trying to fight this bill because it is an injustice to the people on the ground who have voted and who have given the mandate to MK Party to say they want Judge Hlophe in that JSC.
AbbdurRahman, clearly, according to my introduction, it seems as if Judge Hlophe will not meet with the constitutional criteria. That means that he may not qualify. What do you suppose will happen then?
Yes, the reason there's a civil movement we have gathered together so that we can fight this thing. We are actually going through some of these laws to challenge all this because we feel it is an injustice at all times, whereby somebody who has went through his education studying to become a jurist, he is denied that right to practice as a jurist to represent his people. So those are some of the things that we want to challenge.
And if you fail with your challenge, if despite what you bring to the commission is not accepted, what do you believe is the result going to look like, or what do you believe the result will be?
We will be going into this thing with a hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He will give us a victory so that we can come out victorious in this thing, because this is solely for the service of mankind.
Okay, let's leave it there. Undoubtedly, you and I are going to have many conversations regarding this matter going forward. You are the civil society in support of Dr. John Hlophe, and you are, of course, Brother AbbdurRahman Thebe. Thank you indeed for your time on the show this morning. And like I've said, we're watching this space very closely. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh.
8:56 News and Views on Salam Media. In a short while, we'll be talking to Haji Raisa Waja regarding the refund and the reaction to Sahuk's latest announcement regarding the refund to the Hujjaj 2023.